Back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We're back for a real match this time, not a forfeit. We got in the Challenger League, Dissolved going up against the Drakes. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, hopefully ready to bring you some of that play-by-play action, joined by the director himself, F-150 main and #1 seed holder in the Challenger League, Rocker Man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Psycho. All those things are very true. The F-150 is coming back for the playoff run, Ascension on the 1 seed, and I am very excited. Speaking of, glad you brought that up because we are playing the winner of this matchup, so I am very interested to see who's going to win this matchup between Drakes and Dissolve because we're going to have them in the first round for us. But yeah, it should be an exciting one here. I'm really curious to see how it goes. We shouldn't have a forfeit. I mean, fingers crossed. You know, knock on wood, whatever you got to do. But Dissolved versus Drakes, it's sure to be a good one here.
Shouldn't be a forfeit, but I don't see it Dissolved in the lobby yet. They got a little time, but hopefully they'll be able to field some players. We haven't heard anything. So we're gonna go with what we know, which is that they will be showing up in a short amount of time. Dissolve versus Drakes. Both of these teams have had to claw their way into these playoff positions. And Drakes might have a little bit of an advantage here as they have yet to lose in a play-in scenario. Dissolved has yet to win in a play-in scenario in the history of Nemesis. But Challenger League, Rocker Man, you're the man, you're the guy, you got all the knowledge. What can you tell us about these two teams?
Yeah, both these two teams, they've had interesting runs. Dissolved, they were battling for the division lead towards the end of the season. Didn't quite pull it off. Ended up at 9-9, Psycho, but you know, not quite what they wanted. But you know, they still end up making the play-in tournament. Lost to Bishops though in an intense game 5 in the first one. So they find themselves down in this next matchup here, the third and final play-in matchup. And then the Drakes, honestly, they surprised me. When they beat Orbit on that match on a Wednesday, I was very surprised with how the Drakes performed. They won 3-1. I wasn't really expecting the Drakes to win in that matchup. They didn't have, actually, did they have Zuleta? I don't think they had. They didn't have Zuleta. They had ApparentlyRy. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was thinking right. I was thinking correctly. I didn't want to say the wrong thing, but yeah, they didn't have Zuleta, and they won against Orbit, which blew my mind a little bit. So you know, the Drakes though, you know, they're one of those teams where, you know, I don't know if they're going to be the ones competing for a championship, but they are definitely going to be the ones competing for, you know, this final spot here. And now with Zuleta back, they actually swapped it out. So it was ApparentlyRy played for Zuleta on Wednesday, and now Zuleta is going to be playing for ApparentlyRy tonight alongside Daydreams and I'm blanking on the third. Geo is the sandbagger. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Daydreams, Geo, and Zuleta will be out here on the pitch. So yeah, I'm curious to see. And then we're waiting on Dissolved. They've usually had 7 mangoes and Beamar, but Problem played some games in their last series, and he looked really good. So I'm curious to see what they're going to bring. Apparently, the 7 is playing in a match of some other caliber right now, so they may have to start with Problem. So it could be just like their first matchup, which, you know, hopefully for their sake doesn't end in the same way, but who knows?
Yeah, hopefully for everyone's sake doesn't end in the same way. I mean, we definitely need to have some Rocket League here tonight. Just need Dissolve to get in the lobby. If anybody knows Dissolve, tell them to get in the lobby. Now's the time. But it's going to be a good one, I think. While we're waiting on them, I can just let y'all know real quick what else we have in store. We still got 2 more matches left in the night. Like I said earlier, and if you're just now tuning in, all the matches here tonight are elimination matches. The loser goes home, their season ends. The winner secures their the final seed in the playoff bracket and goes up against the #1 seed. In this case, it'll be up against Ascension in the Challenger League. But the 2 matches we got lined up ready for the rest of the night is in the Prospect League, we have Hypernova, the 8th seed, going up against Velocity, the 10th seed. And then to round off the night, we go all the way up to the big boys in the Titan League, where we have the #8 seed Vanguard going up against the #9 seed Bananas. So that ought to be a really good matchup, Rocker Man.
Yeah, it definitely should. And Psycho, we've actually got these guys in the lobby, and they're There's good enough. So we get some Rocket League, so you get some play-by-play action. And I know before you ask me, I've got to make a prediction. I've got to go with Dissolved here. They should win this matchup, but you know, I'm not really sure what to expect out here from these guys. So we'll see. The Drakes surprised me in the first matchup. We'll see if they surprise me again tonight.
Yeah, Dissolved already looking pretty hot so far. Already able to get 2 shots as they come in and fielded 7 BMAR 99 and Mango. And I'm not even going to get started right now, Rocker Man. That's not mangoes, right? Mango and mangoes are 2 different.
No, this one is mangoes. There was a mango. I don't know why he doesn't have the S for some reason here. But there was a mango who was on the papayas, and there is this mangoes who is on Dissolved. So they always gotta have tricky names. It's too hard to come up with a creative name, Psycho. Apparently, you know, we got Psychonautic and Rocker Man. I've never seen another Psychonautic or another Rocker Man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, true. But I mean, in their defense, mangoes are really good. So you know, maybe that's what they were going with. Got to give respect to the mango.
Yeah, I do respect that, and you know, we'll see. I'm actually curious to see what Mangoes is going to do tonight. He's one of my guys to watch for on this Dissolve squad. We've seen 7 pop off, also known as Raggy. So we'll see what he has in store, and well, there he is. So that one working out. Mangoes gets the pass out there. 7 is going to strike and put it in Dissolve, starting out first.
Yeah, and 7 being one of the Nemesis OGs from way back. What I think season 1 or season 2. Was whenever he started playing with us. At the time, he was Raggy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was his name, was Raggy. Okay, yeah. And under the guise of 7 now, still a lot of pop-off potential, as you just saw. He's a very dangerous man in the offensive zone. We'll see if he's able to get a win here tonight with his Dissolve boys. Daydreams tries to get it through him, but unable to. Drake's having a little bit of problems so far in the beginning of this match. Not able to get any shots on net yet, but Gio as a sandbagger has bagged 3 saves so far, so he's already got his savior medal here in this game. We've only got 2 minutes gone so far, Rocker Man, so this could shape up to be pretty good if Drakes are able to get on an offensive push.
Yeah, they need to get an offensive push. That's what I'm going to be concerned about. You know, we saw Daydreams perform really well in the last matchup, and apparently Rye really went ham in that one. But right now, the Drakes have yet to get a shot on the board. Dissolve leading 5-0 in the shot department. So the Drakes got to be able to get on that counterattack and get back on the offensive end. It's going to be crucial. You know, we know they can hold on to the defense, and Dissolve is a great offensive team, but it's all about the Drakes. Can they get on the offense? Will Zuleta, you know, he's known to be the carry of this team. Will Zuleta be able to do enough to carry this team to a victory? They're trying here. They're going to score. Gio put no one in to tie it up.
Teamwork to make the dream work. The double commit coming out from the Drakes, but it doesn't matter. They only had 1 defender to beat, and they did just that. Actually, Bmar getting in there, making it a 2 defender beat. Both of the defenders just being a little bit too far forward as the double commit placed the ball behind him. We got a tied ball game now, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Game number 1 of this best of 5 series elimination match. Losing team of the series goes home. Their season is over, and they got to recoup. I look forward to season 8, but we'll see who that is and who's going to be the winner. Who's going to go on to face Rocker Man and his Ascension boys. Daydreams coming off the backboard, not able to get the second touch. He's gonna get punished. 7 there, slams it home.
Yeah, Daydreams, he finds the first touch, able to reconnect on the backboard. A good recovery by him, but Zuleta, I mean, it's tough to expect Daydreams to find the follow there on that read off the backboard. And I mean, 7 just in the perfect position to put that one home. And Dissolve continuing their offensive ways, able to take the lead right back.
Drake's just a little bit slow on the uptake here. Definitely going to need to be a little bit more aggressive if they're going to expect to hold their own against this Dissolved roster, as these guys are playing really good right now. Daydreams with the shot. He's going to put it right into 7's car, and then Dissolved going to be able to clear that ball out. Mango looking for a demo on his rotation out, looking to steal some boost, not able to get either. And the double commit from Bmar and 7. Zuleta getting bumped off the ball by 7. Gio as a sandbagger puts it out. Not able to beat Mangoes to the ball. Daydreams going to take it in the midfield. Daydreams gets the block on 7's clear. As the ball's in the mid, Zuleta missing his touch, but gets the bump on Mangoes. Gio's the sandbagger, doesn't get the touch he's looking for, and a dropped opportunity for the Drakes as we enter the final 60 seconds here, Rocker Man. That was painful.
Yeah, they needed that one, and they're trying to fire another one here. As Zuleta, is it going to go on net? No, it's just off. That one is so close there. But the Drakes, yeah, they desperately need one. Had a couple good opportunities. It seems like it's been Gio, actually, who's been leading the way. He's got a goal and a savior medal to his name. But, you know, the final 35 seconds here, Psycho, I want to see these Drakes get on this offensive end, turn things around as they're trying to now. Need to tie one up and try to send us to OT.
Yeah, they definitely need to get more aggressive, though. I got to say, they have been doing better in the latter half of this game than they were in the former. In the former, they were barely able to log 2 shots, and now they're only trailing Dissolve's shot amount by 2. In the final 10 seconds here, though, looks like Dissolve going to be able to close this down. Gio looking to find Daydreams. Daydreams just awkward. It didn't see the ball coming. He does get a pop, but he's not going to be able to find Zuleta in the mid. Dissolve going to be your winners in game number 1 here, starting things off.
Yeah, Dissolved, hold on. The Drakes, though, it's like at the very end there, they were so close. And they just couldn't pull it off here. But, you know, you got to give it to Dissolved. I mean, they held on. I mean, 7 with 2 goals to start things off. And, you know, they gave it a good attempt, but the Drakes, you know, just couldn't quite pull it back. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Dissolved. A good, solid win. The Drakes were able to hold close. I need to see a little bit more from Daydreams if possible. And expect a little more from Zuleta. But, you know, by the end of the game cycle, it was all pretty close.
It was all pretty close. They started off a little bit slow. They were able to pull it back in the latter half of the game. I think moving forward into game number 2, I'm expecting to see Drakes carry that momentum, carry that fuel, if you will, over into game number 2, and maybe get the not only the win, but maybe get the early lead in game number 2 over Dissolved. I think if they allow Dissolve to get the lead first, Dissolve's just gonna dictate the pace of the match.
Yeah, I mean, Dissolve, they can be so aggressive, so offensive. So if you let them get in that offense, it can be dangerous for you. And I mean, we've seen Beemar and the boys do, you know, make some really good offensive plays. And I think you're exactly right. We need the Drakes to start out early here. I want to see a Zuleta carry. That's what I said when I was talking to Jaegers and Beerly about, you know, what we need to see, like if the Drakes are going to make a run here in the play-in tournament. We said we need to see a Zuleta carry game. Obviously, that didn't happen on Wednesday. I think that surprised a lot of people, myself included. But, you know, I think for the Drakes to win this game, we need a Zuleta carry. We need him to pop off like he's done in the past, like he did, you know, in their previous match to end the regular season. So I'm really expecting Zuleta to make some moves here. And if he does, I think the Drakes can have a really good shot to win this game and possibly win the series.
I think that is very true. And ladies and gentlemen, give us just 1 second here. We had one of our players lose connection. He had his game crash, so he's just going to start it right back up and get back in the lobby as quickly as possible. But yeah, game number 2 in the underground. I think it's going to be a good one. I hope it's going to be a good one. Drake's going to have to do something here. Going to have to pull it up, and get things going here. Dissolved looking like fire at the moment, looking like they definitely want to clinch that 8th seed. They want 7. I can sense it, Rocker Man. 7 wants to go up against you. He wants to peak on that Ford F-150.
Well, you know, if we do end up facing him, you know, I'd be excited to go up against Dissolve. They're a solid team, but you know, we'll see what happens here. I'm very curious to see if Dissolve's going to come out the same way, because, you know, it seemed like Psycho in that game 1, Dissolve, they had a lot of the pressure at the very beginning, but then Drake's kind of evened out. And, you know, I think that's a really good sign if you're a Drake's fan to see that they were able to hold on in the latter half of the game, give some good attempts. And, you know, we'll see if as we head into this game 2, if the Drakes can kind of continue that momentum. I think they definitely can. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to carry that over and, you know, possibly win this game 2 entire series up.
Yeah, I think they can too, but only time will tell at this point as we get into the first kickoff of game number 2. And, you know, you mentioned earlier, Rocker Man, you'd like to see a little bit more from Daydreams. And I fully agree with that. Daydreams being a move up from the Novice League, he completely skipped the Prospect League. He was a really, really solid player He got a lot of flack in the novice league, I think, because he's kind of younger, but he's pretty solid player. He's pretty solid community member, and he's very mechanical. So I'd really love to see some mechanical pass plays being done up in between him and Zuleta. I think that could make for some really nice clips.
Yeah, I know Daydreams. He was the sub on Ascension for a while, and I talked with him a little bit. I think he's definitely looked like he's an improved player since he got on this Drake's team. He wasn't the same guy when he was on Ascension as our sub earlier. So definitely looking for him as he's going to try to fake this round. He's going to get the light touch, and it goes in, and that works out perfectly for Drake's. They start out early with the first goal.
Yeah, Drake's getting exactly what they needed right there. Daydreams getting mechanical on it, sees Mango's going for it, and decides to fake the touch, which was absolutely perfect for him. Just drops right in. Took about almost 60 seconds for the first goal to come out here, so we're seeing a little bit slower pace from Dissolved, or possibly just the Drakes are doing a much better job in the midfield, not allowing Dissolved to get that offensive pressure going. Actually, that is what's happening here, as Dissolved still has 0 shots on the board, as Drake's looking to secure their second goal. They're not going to get it through the Dissolved defensive line. Dissolved again, staying strong in the defensive zone. Drake's not giving up their offensive pressure yet. Zuleta getting mechanical on it, gets it past one. Mango's missing his touch. Seven's up, he's awkward, but he does beat out Daydream. He's able to deflect the ball. Gio trying to put it back out to the mid, but it's going to get boomed down by Bmar with almost 2 minutes gone now off of this clock. Drake still got the lead. Seven trying to get something going, but Drake's might have a counterattack here. Zuleta gonna carry that ball and slam it into an empty net.
Yeah, just a triple commit. I mean, what were Dissolve thinking there? 2 people go up, and then Mango's just challenges to the third man. I mean, just not smart, not good communication from Dissolved. And, you know, Zuleta is going to make you pay every time on those ones. And a 2-0 lead here for the Drakes, looking good for their chances here. And they might have a kickoff goal attempt. Zuleta trying to throw it in with 7 just in time. Back to save that one away. And yeah, Psycho, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Drakes at the start of this game, too.
Does appear as though the tables have turned. We have almost a 180 from game number 1, where Dissolve were able to score the first 2 goals and pretty much hold the lead. Now we have the Drakes doing the exact same thing, and we got a novice moment. There is a couple of these challenger players fly by that ball, faking each other out, expecting somebody to get a hit. Nobody gets a hit and does get cleared out. Zuleta, the only man back for the Drakes. He gets it past one. Gio gonna get the touch to send it down and keep the ball moving. 7 out of the Dissolved corner. Looking for the carry, gets another touch, gets it over. Zuleta with the catch and a flick. Oh my goodness, this man's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that was just such a nice play. Get it by 1, get it by 2, and then why not flick it right past the third there? I mean, just an excellent play from 7. We've seen how mechanical he can be, and I mean, just a huge play. That is what we love to see.
That is what we love to see. You know, Rocker Man, there's 2 types of mechanical players that I've seen so far in the Nemesis League. There's mechanical players that can do it during the regular season, during the regular games, and then there's mechanical players that do it on stream during the play-ins and playoffs, and 7 is one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole nother set of nerves, Psycho, when you get to the postseason. I mean, just so much pressure on the line, and for these guys, it's, you know, it's elimination. I mean, I know, you know, they might not be thinking, I'm going to get eliminated, but, you know, it's on the back of your mind. You have to win this series, otherwise you're going home. The pressure is just at an all-time high for both of these teams, and you know they got to perform. And yeah, for people to hit mechanical shots like that, you know, those are impressive people for sure. And, you know, 7, one of those guys, and Dissolve looking to be one of those teams here. But 1:30 left, and Drake's still holding on to their 1-goal cushion, and we'll have to see if Dissolve can battle back with some of those mechanics and tie up this game.
And I think that they just might be able to if they continue this offensive push that they've been having so far. Mango's up for the ball, can't get it through. The Drake's defense, 7 taking a shot, bounces off of Daydream's car and gets immediately ejected back to the Dissolved half. Daydream's gonna 50, gets pinched all the way across. Gio's there. Gio looking to follow out of the corner. Mango's with the soft touch, taking control, trying to get it through the defense in the midfield. Gio with the pop. Daydreams is up, He pops it up. Does he got another touch? It looks like he's going to leave it for Zuleta, sending it down 7 off of the backboard with 40 seconds left on the clock. Drake still up by 1. 2-1 is the score. And this is game number 2 of a best of 5 series that Dissolved is winning by 1 so far. 30 seconds remain on the clock. Bmar trying to get the flick. Gio's going to take it from him and extend the Drake's lead by 2.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Gio. He had a great game 1, but before this goal, he was sitting around 50 points in this game. And he's finally able to slot one in, and just couldn't be more crucial for the Drakes, as now they are up by 2 with only 23 seconds left.
I don't want to count Dissolved out at this point, but it's going to be really rough for them to get 2 goals in 20 seconds. We'll have to see if they're able to do it. Bmar missing his touch. Mangos is there. He gets beat by Zuleta. Zuleta looking for a touch off the wall. Gets it into the corner. Rotates out looking for a bump. Can't find it. The double commit coming from the Drakes. So nobody's going to be able to take advantage of a free ball. Final seconds here. Drake's just looking to play down the clock. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The ball touches. Drake's tying up the series. 1-1 now, moving into game number 3 of this best of 5.
Yeah, and an impressive performance from the Drakes here, Psycho. I loved what I saw for them pretty much the entire game. I mean, they only allowed the one great play by 7. That's all they let in, was just an excellent play by him. And I mean, the Drakes just a lot better game. It was a low shooting affair on both sides there, but I mean, I asked for Zuleta, and Zuleta delivered, and then Daydream's Gio also put one on the board. So I mean, impressive. Drake's impressive here, and now with the tied series, it's really anyone's ball game heading into game 3.
It certainly is. And moving into game 3, we go into the Coliseum for these 2 challenger teams to smash it out. Winner of this game number 3 will be sitting at match point in the series, looking to control the run of things around here. Excuse me, I'm having a bit of a problem with my brain to mouth, not wanting to function right. But Zuleta off the backboard, gonna get the double touch. Nobody from Dissolved back for that.
Yeah, Dissolved once again just triple committing. I mean, where are they going right now? They just leave the net wide open, and the Drakes, easy capitalization by them. Zuleta, he's not going to miss a wide open net, ever. So he puts that one in, and the Drakes looking a lot better. It's just Dissolved, Psycho. They're surprising me. They played so good in the first game, but now it's just triple commits leading into easy goals for the Drakes.
Yeah, they are. It seemingly as though they're starting to fall apart here. Mangos with the bump on Zuleta, but it gets cleared down to Gio, who gets a good redirect. Bmar back for the stop there. 7 off the sidewall, gets the touch immediately demoed. Mangos off the side. Gio's there in the mid. Daydream's going to help him out. Pops it over one of the offenders. 7 off the backboard to Zuleta to send it all the way back. Gio trying to get to it, but Bmar going to beat him out. 7 Daydreams with the 50, and the Dissolves defensive zone. 60 seconds now gone from the clock. The Drakes are up by 1, but I would say Dissolve shouldn't be counted out yet. They still got some fire under their feet, Rocker.
Yeah, they do, and we've seen the mechanical plays from them. I gotta see some more mechanical plays from them, I think, with how this series is going. And the Drakes have adapted, but now Dissolved has to adapt as well. As this one heading towards that Daydreams is gonna get a touch, maybe not exactly what he's looking for. This one cleared away, and yeah, we'll see who's gonna be able to adapt better in game 3. Drakes still holding on their lead, looking to put themselves on match point.
Yeah, so far the Drakes have been doing it better. And we're not even through the first half of this game. Gio getting the pass from Zuleta, and now Drake's up by 2 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Zuleta just sets it up, and it's just another double commit from Dissolved, and it's just killer every time. And you got to give credit to the Drakes. They capitalize this one. They capitalize on the other 2 that we saw with the 2 triple commits, and they capitalize on this double, Psycho. And I feel like for me it's simple. It's just obvious. Just stop double committing, Psycho. Communicate. I mean, that's all you need to do here to Dissolve. You're playing so well in the first game, but for whatever reason, their communication has seemingly gone out the window.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You definitely want to have comms with your team, especially in a mode like threes where everything happens so fast. You barely have much time to get on the ball before you have an opponent on you. And 7 off the backboard, but not able to find a teammate in the midfield. Daydreams out of the corner. Bmar off the backboard. Almost waited a little bit too long for that, but was able to get a good touch on it. Mangoes to clear it out. 7 turns on it to follow, but Daydream beats him. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left now on the clock as we enter the second half of game number 3 with the Drakes up by 2. Zuleta chasing down Mangoes, gets the demo, leaves the ball. Gio's there, but he can't get it through Bmar. And the ball is up. This is dangerous. 7 to send that one all the way down. That's on net. Mangoes is going to get to it, redirect it past 2 defenders, and dissolve back in this game.
Yeah, and just a nice pass up and good speed here. Daydreams is the first one up to it, but Mango just quicker over the top. And that's what we got to see. That's Dissolve's MO, really. Being mechanical, being quicker. And when they've been able to do that, they've been able to score. And, you know, the Drakes, they've been playing the counterattack game, so Dissolved can, you know, catch them out on that, catch them out with a little bit of the mechanics. They can be right back in this one.
In fact, what they need to do, Dissolved not dead yet. 2 minutes left on the clock, a little under. So they've still got to get at least 1 goal to tie things up against the Drakes. Zuleta with a huge demo, but Mango's going to take the ball out of the corner. It rolls up. Bmar's there. Gio is just a little bit faster. Ball goes in favor of him, but he's going to turn off of it. 7 getting the carry downfield, looking to stick with it. Got it again, trying to pop it up. Mango's not able to get a good enough shot as Zuleta is there to make the stop. 1 minute and 23 seconds left on the clock now, as we're getting closer and closer to the end of game number 3. Dissolved still trailing by 1 here, Rocker Man. Are you seeing anything different from Dissolved yet, or are they still sort of making the same mistakes that they've been making? I mean, they've done a good job so far to make a comeback, but their job's not done yet.
Oh my! Well, I guess their job is done, and that one just somehow, some way rolls. And then, I mean, Mangoes just gets a touch, and Zuleta, Daydreams, hello? I think Zuleta was calling that one. It looks like it's just a misinput there.
Yeah.
As that one falls in the back of the net, and I mean, that's just not what you expected. But, you know, to go back to your point, Psycho, I hadn't really seen too much different from Dissolve. I mean, besides the fact that they hadn't really double committed or triple committed much since, you know, giving up those first 2 goals. So props to them. And, you know, their work is rewarded there, as that one just finds the back of the net as another shot. Daydreams with the snipe. What an angle from Daydreams.
Puts it in the top right, 90, coming out of nowhere. I think that the Dissolve was expecting Gio to turn on that. He looked like he was, but Daydreams just came in. What a huge shot. The defense from Dissolve not able to get in front of it. Perfectly placed from Daydreams, and that could have been the dagger as the Drakes take the lead again. Zuleta looking for a double tap. 7 not gonna allow that to happen on his watch, and the ball is sent back down. Daydreams looking like he might have not have seen it there for a second, but turned on it. Gets a pass out to Gio. 7 making it back in time, coming from behind and making that stop. Dissolve now only have 17 seconds on the clock to score 1 more and tie this up, or they're going to risk allowing Drakes that match point position. The final 10 seconds here. 7 looking for 1 final go at this ball. He gets another touch, looks for the pinch on the ground. Can the ball get popped up? Mangoes is there. He's with it, but it goes down. Good defense from the Drakes as they take game number 3, and they only need 1 more to secure that spot against you, Rocker Man.
Yeah, they only needed 1 more game, and I mean, just impressive from the Drakes, able to counterattack. And despite everything there, Psycho, they were able to get a 3rd goal on that one, and they almost had a 4th one. I thought it for sure they were gonna get a 4th one to secure it off, but now they're only 1 win away, Psycho. And I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the way the Drakes are performing right now, and I mean, it's all gonna come down to this game 4 Dissolve. They have to find something. I mean, just when they're not double committing or triple committing, Psycho, they're playing fine. They're playing perfectly fine. It's just the mistakes that have just caught him out. And I mean, Drake, you got to give him credit. They've capitalized on pretty much every single mistake. So really, Dissolved, you got to limit the mistakes. This is do or die. This is your time here to stay alive in the postseason, and you got to win this game. You got to force a game 5.
Yeah, I agree. And I was actually going to bring that up and, say that Dissolved, it's not like even that they're playing that bad. They're actually playing pretty good. Their scoreboards look really, really similar to the Drakes. It's just Drakes have done better, like you said, capitalizing on those mistakes. And that is essentially, it's seemingly what this game is going to come down to. Which team is able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes? Drakes looking to capitalize right now. Daydream's popping it up a little bit too hard for his teammate to go for it. Mango's missing his touch. Zuleta there with it, looking to get through 7. Ball pops up and over the Dissolve's net. Daydream's with a demo as Zuleta gets gets a demo as well. A simultaneous demo on Dissolved, almost resulting in a conversion for the Drakes. However, Dissolve holds tight and keeps that score line tied at 0 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock. Almost a full 60 seconds gone now. Neither of these teams able to find the back of the net. Drakes with two shots on the board. Dissolve still with 0, though they've been having not a terrible run so far. Drake's just able to shut it down before they're able to get out of the corner. And Zuleta looking to get mechanical. He drops it in front. Gio's there, but can't get it through the defense. And Mango's past one, looking for a counter attack here. Only got to beat Zuleta. Zuleta with the 50 on the goal line to keep it out. Drake's, Rocker Man, are just playing fantastic defense this game.
Yeah, they really are just holding on strong, Psycho, and it Dissolved. I need to see them score first here, Psycho. I think they need to see themselves score first. I mean, it's really been obviously a low-scoring game, but not too many, mistakes that have, been capitalized upon, and not really many mistakes in general. So, I want to see Dissolve come out first here to find this first goal for their sake to force a game 5, but the Drakes, they look like they've been holding on strong. They still seem confident, and with a scoreless ball game, the pressure is most definitely on.
That is very true, and I think that Dissolve needs to score first as well if they expect to win this. I think if they allow Drakes to get that early, or not even early anymore, but get the lead, they're just going to start control the pace of the game, and then Dissolve this. It hasn't worked out well for them so far. Let's just say that they were able to take the lead first in game number 1, and they won game number 1. They haven't been able to repeat game number 1 so far, but we are still 0-0 as the first half of this game comes to an end, and we enter the second half. 7 in the midfield, down to Gio, looking to put a shot on net. Mango is there, makes the stop. Zuleta still following it, doesn't get the touch. Mango gets faked out. Gio almost getting the angle. Daydream's there as well, but the ball's not going to go. Gets sent back into the corner and then all the way back into the midfield. Daydream's off the backboard of the Drakes. Gets the touch, gets it away safely. Mango's trying to bring it back. Gio's there for it, though. Gio again following with it. Fakes out 7. And Gio getting double teamed right there, but the ball, it still works out for him and the Drakes. Daydream's looking to have a shot. 7 can't make the stop. This could be it. No. Oh, and Gio coming in as third man to slot that through. What a play.
7, just hesitation on that first challenge by Daydreams, and it leads to a double commit on the goal line. Both of those players trying to dive in, and Gio, he's clutching it up for his team, putting that one in the back of net. They are a minute 48 from clinching a playoff spot. Can they hold on and do it, or do Dissolve have something to say about it? Can they force the game 5? Still a shot around. Gio finds another one. They want this one, Psycho.
A big demo play in the corner as Zuleta gets it and opens up a lane for Gio. Mango was there in time, but gets faked out on the goal line. Gets past him. Drake's now up by 2 with a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. I'm not going to sit here and count Dissolved out, Rocker Man, but, based on what we've seen in this series so far, it's not looking good.
Oh, it's also not good when you only got one shot on net, Psycho. Is this one? Mango's going to pick up a savior medal. You're not going to win this series or this game with one shot, especially with how the Drake's been playing. So Dissolved, they've got to get going. They've got to get going now. They need 2 goals. Just got to get out in this open field, try to find their teammates and get a passing play or get something mechanical in the final minute here. Otherwise, they are going home sad.
Will they do that, or will the Drakes hold out and possibly extend their lead even more? Zuleta faking out one. He's got control of the ball. He's trying to get it through, but he just loses control. Hits it a little bit too hard. Bmar gonna take it from him. Bmar having to leave it. Mangos is up for it. Out of the corner, Daydreams trying to follow. Mangos does get the demo 7, can't find the double. Bmar not able to find it either, but Mangos puts it back out to the mid. Bmar is there, but so is Geo. He puts it away. 7 looking for another double. Mangos comes in, and that was so close. 30 seconds left now on the clock, and Dissolve turning up the heat. Mangos with the shot. Daydream's gonna put it in. Not that he could stop it, unfortunate, but Dissolve back in this game, baby.
They have some life here. Can they force overtime? I mean, Daydream just couldn't quite get back to it, but Dissolve, just a little sign here, Psycho. Can they do it? 24 seconds left. They gotta find one.
You gotta find one. They gotta find it now. They have precious little time. Mango's gonna put a beamer out there, but Daydreams makes a stop. Mango's still with it, gets the pinch out of the corner. Geo making the touch. The final 10 seconds now as Bmar is not able to get what he's looking for. 7 trying to make it happen. Mango's gonna try and get a pass, and this is up. This could be dangerous for the Drakes, but nobody there from Dissolve. Drakes gonna be your winners here in 4, moving on against the Ford F-150.
Wow, I mean, I am just surprised, Psycho, by the Drakes. I mean, they were not a team that I was expecting to make it out of this play-in tournament. But I mean, what an impressive performance. And that last one there, Psycho, I thought Dissolve, someone needed to jump. It was a huge bump. They had a great opportunity, just couldn't close it out. But it just seemed like too many mistakes from Dissolve. After the first game, they just made mistake after mistake, and I think they got in their own heads and really threw that series away. But I mean, I think also a big part of it is, I mean, the Drakes, they took that one. They took that series, Psycho. I mean, Geo performed well. Zuleta performed well. Daydreams performed well at times. I mean, just an impressive performance altogether by the Drakes to win that series in 4, taking down Dissolve, coming in as the 10 seed as well. They took down Orbit, they took down Dissolved, and now they've got themselves a date with Ascension in the first round, the number 1 seed. So, you know, I'm excited as a player in that matchup, and, you know, for everyone watching, it should be a good matchup. We'll see if the Drakes and Daydreams, I know Daydreams is probably looking for a little bit of revenge, considering he was on Ascension, then we got dropped and went over the Drake. So, you know, a little storyline action there, but it should be a good one, and you got to give huge props to the Drakes for making it out of the play-in tournament.
Huge props indeed. And not only that, but Drakes in big Dragon Energy fashion takes the gentleman's sweep. I've heard Biscuit talk about it so much. Drakes being one of the few teams that have gone back-to-back chips in the Nemesis League. So they've got some pretty big shoes to fill, and they're doing pretty well so far. Now moving into the playoffs, we'll see how the rest of their run goes, starting not next week, but the week after. I think it's gonna be really good. I think they've got some good chemistry, and they got a good chance at this run if they're able to get through you, Rocker Man.
Yeah, I think they do. If they can somehow take down us, I mean, well, they may not have the easiest run. I think Psycho, our side of the bracket, is they probably got one of the toughest runs. You know, if they beat us, they probably have to go through the Raptors on that side, who are one of the best teams in Challenger. And then if they get to the finals, they have to go through Flame. So honestly, they probably have the hardest run out of any team in the playoff bracket. But hey, they made it in the show, and that's all you can ask for.
That's it. And you know, the harder the run, the sweeter the chip at the end.
Yeah, very, very true. It's going to be an exciting Challenger League playoff. I can't wait, Psycho.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy, that's for sure. But that's pretty much going to wrap us up here, ladies and gentlemen, for our 3rd match of the night. We've got 2 more bangers coming at you. We're going to take a short break here. Not going to be nearly as long as our last one, only a couple of minutes before we're going to get back into the Prospect League, where we have Hypernova going up against Velocity. It's going to be a banger of a matchup. Rocker Man, always a pleasure casting here with you in the booth.
Hey, it was a fun one, Psycho. I can't wait to see what's coming up next. It's going to be a good one. Prospect League action. We've got Hypernova, and we have Velocity. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.